Hi everybody, today we will discuss about SAP local client copy. So the purpose of creating clients is to get a copy of an existing client. From an existing client we can copy all the information or some information to the newly created client. So during the client copy we cannot log in into the new client, target client or the source client. When you make changes in the source client it may not be effective. So we should not log in into both of these clients. So in this case we have three systems here. One is development system, then quality system and the production system. We need only one system, so we use the quality system. In the quality system we have everything running. The central instance is 03 and all the work processes are running in the central instance. And if I take the dialog instance, we have actually dialog work process and the background work process running, and the other work process won't be there. So we have only one background work process in the central instance because we are going to log in into through the central instance to client 001, and we are going to create the client. So we will manage with one background work process, but normally it's better to have more than one because client copy is very resource intensive. Let me log in into quality system through client 03. So I'm logging into through instance number 03. So here if I select this one, I will be logging through instance 01. I can select either 01 or 03. My memory area which I'm going to use may be different if I select three different instances, but I can log in into the same client. I can log into any client because the tables I'm going to modify are not client specific. They are cross client. So first I wanted to see how many clients I have by typing SC16 and the name of and I see I have so many clients. So second way of checking is by typing a command SCC4, these are not case sensitive, then it shows that I have so many clients. But I cannot make changes in this table because it's in display mode. Change it to change mode, it gives a warning. Then I create new entries. So I'm going to create a new client called 840. City is Toronto. It will ask me to assign a logical system. If it is possible, I will assign now. So it's easy to identify which SAP system this particular client is coming from. For that reason, we assign logical systems, logical names. Let me create logical system by opening another session. I type a command called bd54. That is also a cross client table. That table is tbdls. I make new entries. The logical system name is going to be, the seed of the system is QSY and CLNT, and the new client is 830. So this is the logical system. I will copy this, save it, it will create a change request. So it is saved. So now I'll go to the other screen and I give that name. So this is the logical system I just created. It updated a table called tbdls, and if I want I can go to the table, SC16 tbdls. My system will be here. If I want, I can search for the system. Let me close this. Client role will be training and education. By default, the client is open. I can make changes because I have to make changes because this client is just an entry in the table T000. So his client should be open. So what I'm going to do is, after creating the client, I'm going to log in into this client. Since this client doesn't have any information, I can log in as only SAP Star. SAP Star is a kernel built user. If I can log in as SAP Star in my instance or in my server, then I can log in into this client as SAP Star. Let me save it. Then I will reduce this and I'm going to log in again into the same system. I use the same instance. I don't want to use other instance because it's a new client which doesn't have any information. So I will log in as SAP Star and the password is going to be PASS. Make sure that I'm logging into QA system, but I have to change the client number to 840. So I logged in. So now I will type SCCL to do a local client copy. By default, my target client is the client I am logged in now. If I check here, it will show me that I have logged into client 840 and I have logged in as SAP Star. I can select any profile to copy. If I select SAP All, it will copy everything from my source client to the target client, which will take a long time. So I'm going to use only SAP User. That will copy only the master records and some authorization profiles. So the users who are in the source client will be available in the target client when the copying is done. I should not log in into the source client and make changes at this time. And we do it normally in the night sometime when people are not using the system. So the source client is, I can select from the list. I select from 000. First I do a test run to see whether my resources are fine and my copying also can be done properly. So I can do 2 test runs. So after finishing the test run, I go to schedule the job. So I can select any other server to ask the background server so that all the work is done in that server. I can start it immediately if I want, if nobody is using the system, using those clients, and then I will schedule the job. So the job is done. So if you want to see the log SCC3, so this is happening now. So everything is done. If I am using SM50, I can see the work processes which are running now. So work processes are very active. So a different table, one table called AGR flags is read sequentially. SAP Star is doing this because I logged in as SAP Star. How much time is used? I can refresh and see. So now insert sequential read, different table. And also I can see whether the background job how is the background job progressing by typing SM37. Since we already started, it's running. And SAP Star is the user who started this process, and today is the date. So this is active. This process is active. So once the client copy is done, I can log in into the target client. I can log in as any user who was available in 000 client, which is the source client, and then I can work in that client. So this is what I wanted to tell you today. Thank you.